there's no even in the political system.
All
I
right,
got
stay
the
with us. In fact,
independence.
we're getting breaking news now coming in. The stray dog hearing has begun in the Supreme Court. That's the latest emerging. The stray dog hearing has commenced in the Supreme Court. Remember that verdict is expected today. The Supreme Court had earlier given an 8-week deadline for the relocation of stray dogs. Then, of course, a 3-judge bench was set up to hear this review petition. That hearing has now begun in the apex court. Sambhav Sharma, that order expected shortly. The hearing has commenced in the Supreme Court?
Well, absolutely, the bench assembles and the first word from the mouth of Justice Vikram Nath, and he has made it very clear that he is passing an interim direction. The top court has passed now interim direction, and as per Justice Vikram Nath, we have implemented all states and union territories. Now, all states and union territories of the country are the party to this particular case, the stray dog case of the Supreme Court. Everybody, all the states and the union territories are made party to this particular case, and we have made it pan-India, is what is said by Justice Vikram Nath in an oral remark in the Supreme Court, and the bench is assembled, and this is what is coming as breaking as something from the Supreme Court. Now the order is not just limited as in the August 11 order of the Supreme Court, which was for Delhi and NCR. Now it is not limited for that. Now the whole country is a party, as in all the states and the union territories are the party, because it is very much clear from Justice Vikram Nath. He is saying that matters are pending in other high courts as well. So as the matters are pending, and they are pending, one of the matters was there in the Rajasthan High Court, matters are there in the other high courts as well, and we also have been reporting this particular case from all across India, pan-India reportage we are doing, and now the Supreme Court has made it clear, very clear, that the pan-India, that this case is to be dealt pan-India. It is not just a case to be dealt when in Delhi or in Delhi-NCR like Faridabad, Gurugram and Noida. Now all the states and the union territories are the parties to this case. Now it has become huge. It has become huge in a way that now whole country is a party, and it is to be seen whether this particular 11th of August 11 judgment, 2-judge judgment of headed by the bench headed by Justice Patiwala, 2-judge judgment of the Supreme Court is to be implemented pan-India, or it is to be stayed, or what happens, because now whole country, all states and the union territories are the parties to it. Earlier the Supreme Court 3-judge bench on August 14, while reserving the order, has said all the parties to file their response, their written reply, and now when it is coming from the top court from Justice Vikram Nath, he is saying that we have implemented all states and union territories.
Absolutely. Some big news coming in. Of course, we're expecting that entire order to be pronounced very, very shortly in great detail. But for now, it seems that an interim direction is going to be passed by this bench today. It's an interim order that is going to be pronounced today. It seems that the earlier verdict is going to be stayed today. Is that correct, Sambhav? Sambhav, can you hear me? Or I think we've lost that connection with Sambhav there, but these are, of course, the big details coming in this hour. The Supreme Court is going to be issuing an interim order, of course, today. This is the big news coming in from the apex court. Supreme Court is issuing an interim order today. It's pretty likely, from what I can surmise, that previous order will be stayed by this bench. And of course, right now the order is being dictated by Justice Vikram Nath. Interim directions, of course, are being issued as we've just heard from, of course, the initial reports coming in, the initial orders coming in. Interim directions, of course, being issued. And interestingly, the bench indicating now that they are going to make it a pan-India sort of order as well, because there are matters pending in other high courts as well. So they are impleading all other states and UTs as well. And in fact, they are also saying, Justice Nath indicating now that all other similar matters which are pending before the various other high courts shall be transferred to the Supreme Court for a final national policy. Now, this, of course, is the big news coming in this hour. Okay, let me quickly, in fact, get in our guests for more on this story. How do you react to this big move coming in, Dr. Mathur, Dr. Avnish Mathur? This is going to now be a pan-India sort of judgment. It's not going to be, restricted to Delhi itself. It's going to now become a pan-India sort of policy and order. That's what the Supreme Court is indicating.
Yes, and I welcome this opinion of the judges because this matter has very far-reaching consequences. Am I over?
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
So, see, if you can see, there have been protests outside the borders of our country as well. There have been protests in Canada, in UK, and many other parts of the world. So this issue has grabbed global attention also.
All right, more details coming in from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has suggested the following modifications to be made. A 2-judge bench direction supplemented, para 12 directions to be complied with as well. Prohibition of release kept in abeyance. These dogs can be released. This relocation is not applicable to dogs suspected of rabies or displaying aggressive behavior. They shall be kept in 3.12.5 subject to our directions. MCD should create feeding areas in municipal wards. Under no condition feeding of stray dogs should be permitted. If violated, they will be proceeded under law. MCD should also create a helpline number for violation as well. Para 13 also direction says if public servant is obstructed, they will be liable. Each NGO animal lover should proceed to pay 25,000 rupees if indeed such action is taken against the MCD officers. Animal lovers can move application before MCD for adoption of dogs as well. We're broadening the scope pan-India. We're issuing notice to animal husbandries, states, union territory secretaries to take information for compliance of ABC rules. Registry seeking information from all high courts where petitions are pending on similar issues henceforth will be transferred to this court as well. So the first details emerging of the Supreme Court order on this plea seeking a review. Abhijit Mitra, your first reaction?
I was expecting the interim stay order, and I think we have AWBI set up in 1962, but they have issued a circular of feeding stray dogs and making feeding points. I've been as a feeder, as a normal feeder, even I face issue of enforcing the within the society, because I think normally if you go to any RW or AOA to make a feeding point, they will say that you make the feeding point outside the society, and that is not feasible when you have the dogs are dogs are territorial. So I think if Supreme Court gives a verdict on making the feeding points necessary, mandatory for all the, I think it will be a welcome step, because I think enforcement and implementation is a very big task in our country. Whether it's animal welfare or human welfare, you look at every aspect of it. I think even the implementing, and I think we fail as a very, India has been, I think we are failing it like that way, I guess, and a lot of corruption, lot of cruelty going in name of ABC also. I lost 14 dogs out of whom I used to feed in name of ABC. So I think we need to look at the solution holistically. We don't even conduct the blood test. We don't even do any. And I think the way tenders are given, the way all these ABC agencies also work, I think it's a very shameful thing.
Okay, but another big aspect coming in, another big aspect coming out is that those dogs with aggressive behavior or with rabies should be immunized and they will not be released. Also, no public feeding of dogs will be allowed. Pallavida.
I'd just like to say, firstly, this is very dangerous when you say, please put away aggressive dogs. Yes, for public safety, yes, you must put away a dog that we know is biting. But can we please try and define what an aggressive dog is? Because a person who doesn't want dogs around, for example, AOAs, Apartment Owners Association presidents, their committees, RWAs, don't want dogs around at all. So for them, every dog, even a dog that barks, becomes an aggressive dog. You cannot put away. So that's just wording it differently. You're just saying the same thing. Ye to kutta bhaukta hai, isko hata dijiye. This is not fair to the dog, and it's not fair to the caregiver who knows that the dog is not aggressive. The dog may be reacting. A barking dog is not an aggressive dog. Dogs bark. They will not sing bhajans. A dog may be barking at another dog. He may be barking at a monkey, a squirrel. That's not an aggressive dog. Secondly, please understand, feeding points have to be within, they have to be wise places. You have to feed. Caregivers, feeders have to be very conscious,
Yes.
very responsible, and they must feed in areas where there are fewer footfalls,
Okay.
low footfalls. But you cannot feed in far off isolated places because dogs are territorial.
Okay.
You have to feed them in their territories.
Absolutely,
So we have to
absolutely.
be very-
But appropriate areas need to be set out for this, is what the Supreme Court is saying. Dr. Mathur, we're getting another